for the NBA. Great stuff, David. Thank you. And a quick look here at some of the numbers for Ibaka.
He stepped up his game on the glass big time this month. His numbers are outstanding, but even if the numbers weren't there, his activity in the paint has been incredible. His hard work is paying off, and they want more of the same from that young man.
Here are the 5 for the Raptors. Lowry and Powell, the guards. Anunoby and Siakam in at the forward slots. And it's Ibaka in at the center position. And for Oklahoma City, Gallinari and Adams, the combo out front. Chris Paul is out there with Gilgeous-Alexander, and it's Ferguson in at the 3. And for the Thunder, a lot of the assistant coaches leaving this past summer. Greg, how much of a concern is that for head coach Billy Donovan?
Possibly a sign that Donovan could be on the hot seat in OKC. I mean, 3 consecutive first-round exits. Donovan on the final year of his deal. The clock is definitely ticking.
Kind of a ticky-tack foul there, but you have to be aware that's how the refs are going to blow the whistle tonight.
Here's Lowry. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in. Lowry's got the first points up on the board for Toronto. Lowry against Paul. Passes it to Gilgeous-Alexander. 6 on the shot clock. The 3. And Chris Paul gets the 3.
Well, second nature for Chris Paul to get shots up off the bounce. Love the form there.
Lowry against Paul. Pass to Powell. Now the pass to Lowry. And Chris Paul picks up the foul. That's his first foul. And just about a minute into the first quarter. Three-pointer, Lowry.
Man, when a guy like Chris Paul is hustling out there, it's going to inspire the rest of the team, blitzing the shooters well with his quickness.
And a better box out saves them 2 points there.
It didn't seem like anybody was really aware there to go and collect that rebound in the possession.
Gilgeous-Alexander with it. Powell's there. Here's Adams. And it's Toronto with the rebound. Last time they met was in Toronto.
Yeah, you could see they were pressing in that one, and the shooting percentages dipped because of it.
Yeah, I'll say anytime you're having trouble getting over that 40% field goal mark, it's probably not going to be your night.
Now here's Powell. Tight defense on him. Poked away. And now a fast break for the Thunder. And Paul gets it to go in. Paul's got 5 now.
It almost feels automatic at that point. The confidence that Chris Paul inspires in his teammates. It's surprising if they don't make the play.
Lowry from outside. Up and in. Off to an efficient start. 2 for 3 from the field.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Paul passes to Gallinari. And the rejection by Ibaka.
The size, the timing of Ibaka, tailor-made for protecting the rim.
And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Paul. And we'll take a look here at a very skilled bunch of point guards at the stripe. Look at the numbers they've put up over the last 10 games. 5th on the list, Chris Paul.
They are as reliable at the free throw line as you're going to find in this league. And that's something we've come to expect from the point guard position.
You look back at the NBA's free throw percentage leaders over the years, and so many of them have played the point guard position, mostly because they do a great job of penetrating, getting into the lane, and consistently draw fouls. So the more you take, the more you make.
Down low, here's Siakam. Great pass to set up the lay-in. Siakam's got his second basket of the night.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
Are you asking me, GA? I'm not sure.
Gilgeous-Alexander, good.
This is why you love Chris Paul running your offense. Just move without the ball, find some space, and the ball will find you.
Lowry, Ibaka, wide open, he fires. That doesn't go, and he's 0 of 1 from the field. Paul surveying the floor. And it's Norman Powell with the foul. That's his first foul. Here's Paul. Doesn't get it to drop for him. And it's the Raptors taking it the other way. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with San Antonio.
And look at what they did in the fourth quarter. Just totally out of sync and lacking in intensity. And that turned into that huge comeback.
Well, the Raptors' Nick Nurse winning an NBA title in his first season. Greg is an NBA head coach.
The first time a head coach who'd also helmed a team in a foreign league has won it. Nurse often reminisces fondly on those days coaching in Europe. And this summer, he was entrusted with coaching the Canadian national team at the FIBA World Cup.
The first free throw is good. Halfway through the season here, Brent, how do coaching staffs shake things up and keep things fresh over the long 82-game season?
I think coaches who are really smart, Kevin, can be a bit programmable where they're looking ahead at the schedule and saying there are blocks of games here in which we might try to change some of our defensive scheme, maybe over this 10-game stretch or 5-game stretch. Or
to keep things fresh or
yeah, because you can only do it on the mental side. As much as we talk about guys getting rested and sitting out games for maintenance issues and load management and those kind of things, the tweaks that you can make on the floor in terms of a couple of new sets on offense or defensively, let's make this challenge for the next few months, will grow the foundation of what coaching staffs are capable of doing with that team as they go on.
So timeout called here, the first for Toronto.
And Brett, even though the Thunder have come up short in recent years, they are looking to the future as their time.
Well, interesting the way that Sam Presti went about his business in the offseason, trading away Russell Westbrook and then collecting so many draft picks. I can't even count them, but what a great way for them to rebuild and revamp in Oklahoma City.
Gilgeous-Alexander kicks to Paul. Adams outside, and there's the call on Kyle Lowry. That's his first foul. Here's Paul. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Timberwolves in Minneapolis. That's tipped, and the Thunder can't hang on to the ball. And Toronto has possession. They lead by 4. Paul against Lowry. Now, here's Siakam. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against San Antonio. Paul against Lowry. Paul passes to Gilgeous-Alexander. Now Gallinari. And a great assist by Gilgeous-Alexander as that one goes in.
When Gallinari pulls up for 3, it's usually a high percentage shot. So smart at taking outside looks.
Anunoby kicks to Lowry. The Thunder pull it in. Adams has got his 4th rebound in this one. Tipped away. Here's Anunoby, defended by Paul. Shoots the 3. Gallinari with the rebound.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
And the foul called on OG Anunoby. That's his first foul. Gallinari passes to Ferguson. And here is Paul. He's got 5. 6 to shoot. Ibaka against Adams. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. Let's check out the Eastern Conference standings now that we're in the new year. Look at Toronto. Here in the middle of the regular season, they've been able to get the 4th best record in the conference.
And I think for Toronto, they've fulfilled a lot of the promise they showed coming into the season. But they just haven't taken that next leap forward so many thought they might.
They still had enough players take positive steps forward to call this season a success. Maybe they're not at the top of the standings where they'd hope they'd be, but they're in really good position in terms of the playoff picture.
Toronto calls timeout. And the Toronto Raptors knew in trading for Kawhi Leonard that he might not stick around. Even after his decision to return to his hometown of Los Angeles, Greg, the Raptors have to feel good about the way it all worked out for him.
Kevin, the first championship in franchise history, and now they set about working their way back to the mountaintop. Some talented young players and quality vets, not to mention an outstanding front office. I think it'd be a mistake to count them out.
Powell, no one around him, and the Raptors hit again from deep.
One of the ways to get a great look from the three-point line is when you're on a fast break. The defense simply lost him.
Paul left side. Pass to Ferguson. Lets it go from deep. Here's Adams. Rebounded by Serge Ibaka. Ibaka's got rebound number 5 here tonight.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
Paul against Lowry. Bounce pass from Paul. Count that bucket. Gallinari's got 5 points so far.
He's showing some nice body control, outstanding at keeping his composure and continuing to play at his speed is Gallinari.
And so it looks like the Raptors will retain possession here.
All right, a chance to see stats for Paul. A wonderful string of games he's put together here lately. He's putting up about 17 points, 6 assists, and 6 rebounds. They're loving how he's running the show here. His sensational passing really breathing life into their offense.
Something in the coach's playbook here where the schemes fire on all cylinders when he is in the game. A great conduit for them offensively. He knows where everyone is at all times.
And it's Davis missing.
Didn't hesitate for a second to get a hand up on that deep ball.
Yeah, you got to like how he hustled to guard out on the perimeter, definitely respecting the shooting ability.
Yeah, how about the body control on that one? Narrowly misses getting the deuce.
The Thunder shooting their first free throws of the night.
And how about as a group, 80% on the season, one of their best attributes.
That one is off. Brent, when you look back on all the stars you played against during your career, who was the biggest intimidator?
Well, I think about intimidating players, and the first word that comes to mind is Anthony Mason. I know he wasn't a bona fide star player, but
right.
You know the role that he had for
Yes,
the
I
teams
do.
that he played with, and Anthony Mason was a player you did not want to be playing against. During my era, most of the years that I had some successes and minutes on the floor, it was certainly Kevin Garnett. The way that KG approached every game, and you spent many seasons watching him very closely. From year 1 to year 18 or 19, KG came at you every game, every night with the same kind of zest and excitement to compete.
Well put. Knocked loose. Pass to Baisley. And out of bounds as the Raptors gain possession.
And now a look at Serge Ibaka. Some stats on him. The last 10 games, he has been on a heck of a run. 8th in rebounding, 16th in shooting percentage. And he's among the top 20 players in three-point field goal percentage. He has been locked and loaded from beyond.
And he's a top 10 rebounder this year for good reason. He's unbelievably driven, and he competes with you for the entire game. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Mike Muscala. That's his first foul. Here's Hollis Jefferson. 9 points last game. Outside, Davis. 5 on the clock. From deep three-point range. Rebound by Muscala.
He missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots from that distance in warm-up.
Oh, no, I know he can make it, but that's warm-ups, so maybe just a step too far.
Here's Schroeder. Davis with some nice D.
And the effort never stops with him. No easy shots when he's on the floor.
Well, it's about the defensive end, and that's what guys feed off. He gives the effort down there at all times.
Here's Ibaka, and he banks in the layup. And the Raptors lead by 10.
I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
Well, if there were 4 or 5 boxes to check in terms of the game plan tonight, they might have checked 6. I mean, they're doing everything out there.
Schroeder surveying the floor. From deep. Out of hand on it. Here's Hollis Jefferson. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Here's McCaw. Good, and it's Johnson with the assist that time.
Excellent all-around performance so far, hence the big lead.
Well, if I was baking up a lead, I'd add 2 ingredients. One would be playing smart. The other one, playing selfless. They've done that tonight. Serve it up.
And good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down. And it's Davis with the ball for the Raptors. 11-point game. It's stolen by Schroeder. Goes up, trips down the breakaway slam.
Well, good job by Schroeder using his quickness, this time defensively grabbing the steal.
Now here's Davis. He's guarded by Diallo. Johnson with it. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Clock at 4. Over Muscala. Got a piece of it. Schroeder up top. 46 seconds left in the first. Out to the wing. Pass to Diallo. The pass to Nader. Launches a 3. Toronto grabs the miss. Ibaka's got 6 rebounds in the game. Here's Hollis Jefferson. He's guarded by Diallo. Here's Ibaka. Here's Hollis Jefferson, and he goes in for the dunk.
Scraping and clawing, doing everything he can to grow that lead.
Emphatic on the putback stuff.
Now, team's having a tough time containing him, attacking all the way there.
The Thunder have converted 1 of 2 free throws so far today. And he knocks down the first one.
The potential Schroeder has is pretty exciting. Such a lightning quick point guard.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots. 6 seconds left here in the opening quarter. With 1 on the clock, and the last shot before the buzzer is off. And so the first quarter is in the books. Raptors lead by 9. We'll get things started in the second quarter when we return. And let's listen to Pascal Siakam talking about the work ethic of his teammates.
You come in every day. Guys in the gym every single day. So I used to think that I was always the hardest worker, but, you know, just coming to seeing guys, the amount of work that they put in, trying to get better each and every day.
And, Greg, when everyone is working hard, it builds a chemistry.
And a culture. Kevin, winning teams all have it. It's not enough to be here. You want to win.
And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And guys, what's your take on Toronto so far?
Well, this is the edge that great rim protection can give you.
Yeah, you can't be careless with your shot selection out there because some of them are getting thrown back.
So for Toronto right now, Johnson is out there with Hollis Jefferson. Then it's Thomas. And it's Boucher in at the pivot spot, manning the middle.
This is one where the second foul is probably going to cost you some minutes in this game.
On defense, Toronto. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. 5 to shoot. Ball's knocked loose. Walks it again. Here's McCall. Johnson outside. Pass to Thomas. Puts up a 3. The Thunder pull it in. They're coming off that win against Minnesota.
Mental toughness on the road. The arena was rocking, but they just got down to business and never let up.
Impressive to see them on the road just step up and have that kind of offensive performance.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. And you watch Dennis Schroeder, you can see how deadly Brent he can be when he's locked in.
Well, he accepted the role in Oklahoma City about coming off the bench and trying to be a spark plug. For Schroeder, it's really about consistency, Kevin.
And the first one at the line is good.
And every season, the Thunder continue to be one of the more dominating teams on the glass.
You just wonder how much Steven Adams has been the catalyst for that kind of mentality. We know that offensively he's always in there to grab rebounds, but it's part of what they know is important in any possession is collecting the ball.
Schroeder hits them both. Brent, when it comes to moving around in tight quarters without a lot of space, who's the quickest player that you have seen in a half-court set this year?
Still remarkable to watch where it is that Kyrie Irving can get to on the floor in any sort of possession. It's like he could take, 50 dribbles in a phone booth and find a way out of it, spinning around and finding gaps within the defense. But it's not his handle with just the one hand, right, Kevin? It's that he has an idea of after he does the moves around the traffic, when he gets into the basket, multiple ways of finishing, much like Rod Strickland, who's a tremendous finisher in his days years and years ago. Kyrie's got a lot of that in his game.
Thomas, no good.
Didn't hesitate for a second to get a hand up on that deep ball.
Yeah, you got to like how he hustled to guard out on the perimeter, definitely respecting the shooting ability.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, one of the reasons Toronto was able to win the NBA championship was the astronomical improvement from Pascal Siakam, who was recognized as the league's most improved player. It was the dream of Pascal's late father that he'd reach this level, and his determination to make that reality has brought him a long way from home. Kevin?
It has indeed, D.A. Great story, and thank you. Passes to Johnson. Here's Boucher. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Really strong rebounding on the interior, and he gets the easy putback.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Thunder.
Trying to snap them out of this little slump.
Well, they can't find the net right now, and all they need, I think, is just to get one to go, get back on track.
Both teams will make substitutions. Well, we've got a quick moment now to take a look at the long-term rebounding numbers over several seasons for Adams.
On the boards, he's been a much bigger presence these last few years than he had been prior, and he can be counted on now to make an impact with his rebounding, and that's a product of all the work he's put in down low.
And there's the call on Kyle Lowry. That's his third foul of the game.
Get open, get open!
Adams outside. Molinari trying to get open. Shot is good, and the Toronto lead is cut down to 7 on the bucket from Adams.
Well, that's something Adams is working on right there, finishing plays strong with a hand in his face.
Lowry kicks to Anunoby. Pass to Boucher. And here is Thomas from the arc. Here's Siakam. And Adams sends it back.
Well, Steven Adams is very much capable of anchoring a defense right there in a great spot to get the block.
Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Burton, and that one good. And now just a 5-point Raptor lead.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
Lowry against Paul. And there's the pass to Anunoby. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Takes a 3. Cans it from downtown. Anunoby's got 5 now.
And it's crucial that Anunoby knocks down that jumper, showing how skilled he is from the perimeter.
Burton, the pass to Paul. Here's Burton. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter, and now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight. Norman Powell's checked in for the Raptors.
They've hit every one of their free throws here in the second quarter. Very important when you're trailing.
Ball against Lowry. Paul with the steal. Plays it in off the breakaway. Paul's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Well, great instincts of Paul there, solid at creating havoc in the open court and then coming up with the steal.
And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. The Raptors shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
And they've done some really nice work at the foul line, knocking down 80%.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he makes the first. And the Thunder making a change here. Ferguson's checked in. Both shots good from the stripe. Here's Paul. He's got 7. Molinari outside. They get a hand on it. Back to Paul. 4 on the clock. No good with the triple.
He hit 1 3 in the first, but the well has been totally dry for him in the second.
Anunoby, no good.
For him, it's harder to miss that shot than it is to make that shot. I think he was anticipating a bit of a bump there.
Gilgeous-Alexander kicks to Ferguson. Pass to Adams. 11 feet away. That will not drop. Still looking for his groove. He's 1 of 6 so far from the floor. Lowry passes to Boucher. Anunoby. The shot, no good. Adams, some nice D. Thunder trailing by 5. Here's Ferguson. A 14-point game for him in the win against Minnesota. Adams' shot is good. Adams has got 4 this quarter.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Lowry against Paul. to the inside. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two. Let's bring out the 2K leaderboard to see the best up-tempo teams in the league. The Raptors third.
You know, it's an entertaining style of play. And look, I mean, those are the baskets you want if you've got the legs for it. Scoring becomes a lot easier.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first one falls. That misses, so he splits the free throws.
And they're really getting more points at the free throw line here in the second quarter.
And the first few seasons in the NBA, not an easy time for Terrence Ferguson. Young wings have their ups and downs, but the franchise still very much believes in his talent.
And here we go. Fast break. Paul's got it. Offline with his three. Raptors leading by 4. Outside Lowry. He kicks to Powell. And Chris Paul picks up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. And with Ferguson, the fans can be hard on him. They're expecting more. But, Greg, it's going to take time for him.
You know, Ferguson has already made big strides with his defense. The shot and consistency will come, but the fans will have to be patient with him.
Serge Ibaka has checked in for Toronto. Davis comes in for OG Anunoby. The Thunder have gone 6 of 14 shooting here in the second. Here's Ferguson, guarded by Powell. Now, Gilgeous-Alexander. A 20-point game for him in the win against Minnesota.
Yeah, but the rebounding in that game as well was just tremendous. I mean, he dominated the backboard.
Well, that's a guy out there in Steven Adams that you just have to pay attention to. Every night he's going to bang around the opposing big guys and be a threat around the rim to score and pick up offensive rebounds.
And the first one drops. And with Adams on the offensive glass, he is impossible to move.
Well, that's a big reason why a couple years ago, Kevin, he grabbed more offensive rebounds than defensive rebounds. So you know he's going to live in the paint.
And so Adams nails both of them.
And Steven Adams does all of the dirty work. I mean, all of it, Kevin. A defensive anchor and continues to play with tremendous energy on a nightly basis.
And the Raptors call time here.
And you look at the way Steven Adams has developed his offense the last few years. It's been a huge boost for this team. He has always been a great defender, but now he is an important cog on this team in terms of scoring.
Lowry passes to Siakam. Lets it go with a three. Got it. And he's now 3 for 5 from the field.
Such a critical part of how their offense is going to flow. Things are only working when he seems to be on the floor.
And with Adams in his offense, you forget how young he is.
And big men, sometimes they just take a little longer to find their path in the NBA. And Adams has certainly found his. I remember him being in mostly to screen and rebound when he was a rookie, but look how far his game has come.
And Chris Paul picks up the foul. That's his 3rd foul of the game. Siakam outside. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Powell.
Well, his shooting has been a little bit below par. You think about what this lead would look like if he was on.
Ferguson, the pass to Adams. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's going to be on Siakam.
Well, he's such a big guy, Adams, but he does move quite well, and that helps his ability to get to the free throw line.
And this is his second trip to the line tonight. And he can't get the first one.
Well, it's interesting to watch him because he's putting his body on the line to get to the line. We didn't see this during the first quarter, but he's making up for it here.
Good on the second free throw. Raptors with the lead. Lowry deciding where to go with it here. Passes it to Siakam. It doesn't go for him. Adams, some nice D. Lowry against Paul. There's the three. That shot off, and Toronto will come the other way. The Wizards on the road to face them after this game. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again.
And the most improved player in the league last season, Pascal Siakam, got better in every statistical category.
And it's those diamond-in-the-rough players that so often elevate the top teams. And, Greg, that's what the Raptors found in Pascal Siakam.
No doubt. The 27th pick back in 2016. Now a full-time starter on a rookie contract, just over $2 million this season.
Take a break.
He is due for a big raise.
Shots.
First one falls for him. Dennis Schroeder's checked in for Chris Paul. Siakam hits them both. And so it's Schroeder with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Thunder. Trailing by 4. Just 4 to shoot. The 3. Adams. It's good on the putback. That gives him the double-double. 11 points and 10 rebounds.
Well, Steven Adams always working the offensive glass, strong and aggressive in there, and gets that second chance hoop.
Lowry for 3. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Adams has got the glass covered here tonight. 11 boards for him. Ferguson misses. And for the Raptors, they're shooting 38% from the field. A pretty weak showing for them. Here's Siakam. And Siakam throws it down.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points.
A heady play there from Schroeder, zipping the pass to the teammate who had the cleanest look on the possession.
Outside, Davis. Lowry dishes to Davis. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the D.
For Toronto, they have been good at the free throw line in this one, 7 of 8.
Shooting 2.
First free throw is good, so it's both teams making substitutions here. And he makes both free throws.
At this point, you might as well go ahead and chalk up the points when he's at the free throw line. Pretty much automatic.
Schroeder outside. With some arc, and it's Toronto with the rebound. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. To the middle, here's Davis. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. And the Raptors lead by 6.
And they keep hammering away at them inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Inside, Muscala, and he jams it with authority.
And credit the screen for giving him the space he needed to get to the rim.
For sure, GA allows him to come in with the sledgehammer.
Yeah, why settle for the layup when you can attack the rim and rise up like that?
For Toronto, they have gone 9 of 10 from the line, so making the most of their chances.
Shooting 2.
And he knocks down the first one. And Toronto making a change here. Siakam hits them both. Thunder trailing by 6.
Yeah, take your time. You don't give them another possession.
Yeah, hopefully that's what they'll do here. It's what most teams try to execute at this time in the game.
Schroeder kicks to Diallo. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Schroeder.
I know people can't see you, Kevin, but you're doing what I'm doing, scratching your head to that turnover.
One second left. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. Pascal Siakam getting it done for Toronto. He finishes with 9 points in the quarter. The D is having all sorts of problems with him. And don't go away. We'll be right back.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal and the Jet, Kenny Smith. Let's get to it. The first half was all about Pascal Siakam. He had 13 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 blocks. He has bounced back nicely from what was a tough night for him in their last game. Judging by that first half, he's back to his old self again. And taking a look at the Raptors, Kenny, what did you see out there?
Well, their success was largely about second chance points. They crashed the offensive boards heavy in the first half. I love how they fight for every 50-50 ball like it's the last ball on earth.
And now, Shaq, let's get your opinion on Oklahoma City.
I like the way they rebounded. They devoted a lot of energy down low, fighting for each other on the boards, and it helped keep this game tight. If they can continue to do that, it could easily be the factor that swings the game in their favor.
And that does it for our halftime show. We now take you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third period.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. Pascal Siakam, guys, really making a difference here.
In those first 2 quarters, he was pretty much an automatic bucket getter if he got it down low on the block.
Yeah, we'll see if the double teams start to come here in the second half to make them adjust offensively, but he's going to keep going at him.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. Taking a look at the Thunder, Gallinari and Adams, the combo out front. Gilgeous-Alexander out there with Chris Paul. And it's Ferguson in at the 3, the small forward. And that's a foul called on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. And here are the Raptors now. 6-point lead. Out to the right wing. Just 5 to shoot.
And it's always great to see Gallo play that kind of defense, stepping up to the challenge.
And it's Norman Powell with the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. And it's the Thunder with the ball. Paul. Count the basket. Paul's got 9.
And Paul takes pride in scoring past the defense. He's used to getting roughed up a little bit. Sometimes he causes most of that, though, Kevin. True grit from the little man.
Lowry against Paul. Lowry passes to Anunoby. Shot clock at 6. Powell for 3. Gallinari with the rebound. And so it's Gallinari with it. He'll bring it up for Oklahoma City. They haven't given up any points here in the second half. And it's out of bounds. The Thunder able to retain possession.
And here's a look at some stats for Gilgeous-Alexander. His last 10 games have been exceptional, averaging 22 points per, 8 rebounds, and 2 assists. And when it all comes together for him, this is what he's capable of.
Yeah, this is what his coaches have been waiting for that light bulb to turn on. And right now, it is burning bright. He looks fantastic.
And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. We'll get a moment now to view the league's stingiest defenses. In fourth, the Raptors.
This is a team that takes pride on the defensive side of the floor. I mean, they play hard and they play together. They are a tough group to score on.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Well, Kevin, after 5 years as an assistant in Toronto last season, Nick Nurse moved to head coach of the Raptors, and the team responded, winning the franchise's first NBA championship. Nurse has been at this for 3 decades. He got his first head coaching position at the age of 23. And he has moved all throughout basketball, both domestically and abroad, guiding 15 teams in 5 different countries. After winning it all last year, Kevin, he's finally made it to the top.
David, he sure has a long and winding journey. Thank you. Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. That one on Gallinari. Throw good, Siakam. Siakam hits them both. Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Poke loose. Adams outside. He dishes it to Gallinari. A three-pointer off the mark. Toronto leading by 7. Here's Anunoby. He has 5. Pass to Lowry. Shot clock at 5. Off target from outside.
Ooh, this is turning into a slow start here in the second half. Seems like they left that offense in the locker room.
Ball finds Gallinari. Jumps up. And the dunk by Powell.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
And the gamble paying off.
And Adams with the slam.
Quickness of Chris Paul dicing up the defense with his superb passing off the screen.
Lowry passes to Powell. Here's Anunoby. Gilgeous-Alexander covering. Here's Anunoby. Right now he's averaging 11 points a game. Burton's checked in for the Thunder. The Raptors also with a sub. Boucher is checked in. Now, here's Siakam. 15 points in the game. He's gone 6 of 6 from the free throw line.
Yeah, it's good to see him with this free throw percentage up over 80.
And the first one drops. Siakam hits them both.
And he's given them a good contribution at the line tonight, getting there a lot and delivering on his opportunities.
Ball against Lowry. Here's Adams. And Adams with the slam.
You don't want to give Adams the N1 opportunity. Better to wrap him up and force him to try to earn all the points from the free throw line.
He's gone 3 for 4 from the line.
Not the best statistic for him in terms of his performance at the line. Very low numbers.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
Raptors leading by 6. And here is Powell. 12 points for him. It's stolen by Adams. Here's Burton. And it's out of bounds. The Raptors will take it the other way. And a quick look at how the Oklahoma City Thunder's schedule is shaping up. On Friday, they'll face off against Jimmy Butler and the Miami Heat. And then on Saturday, they'll be playing against Damian Lillard and the Portland Trail Blazers.
And looking at the Rockets matchup, there aren't many other meetings that are as evenly matched as this one. Both teams can give and take punches, and this one, I think, is going to come down to the wire.
Toronto calls timeout.
And they just can't seem to get going offensively.
Yeah, they're like a 4-day-old soda right now, just flat, Greg. They're missing shots left and right and just not playing their best.
And looking now at some numbers for Steven Adams. This last month, he's been positively spectacular. 9th in field goal percentage, and he's among the top 15 in rebounding. Just a powerful presence in the paint.
And back to his phenomenal efficiency from 3, top 10 in the league. His consistent shooting creates so many openings in the defense. Siakam. Here's Boucher, and Adams sends it back. Boucher passes to Siakam. Clock at 6. Goes up again. Yes, it is. Scored that as a bucket. Number 5 on a 5 for 11 night.
That mid-range jumper is just another one of his weapons.
Adams outside. Gallinari outside. Over Siakam. Great positioning on the putback.
You wonder at times if the offense should explore Steven Adams a little bit more. He collects 2.
Lowry with the ball. 8 points for him. From downtown, buries the long-range jumper. Lowry's got 11.
He's going to punish you, Kevin, if you leave him open. He's more than willing to take the open 3 when he's got it.
And there's the call on Kyle Lowry. That will get him his 4th foul of the game. A different look for Oklahoma City. Muscala comes in for Steven Adams, and Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's the Thunder with the ball. 9-point game. Here's Burton. He has 7. Just 5 on the clock. The 10-footer. And he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. That's now 8 points for Dennis Schroeder. Raptors leading by 7. Greg, last season, Dennis Schroeder transitioning to more of a 6-man role with the Thunder.
And for his first go at that role, I thought Schroeder looked really good. He's always been able to score and create, and coming off the bench might be the best spot for him.
The first free throw is good.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
And some changes here for the Raptors. Stanley Johnson, he's checked in for Siakam. And it's Rondae Hollis-Jefferson in for OG Anunoby. And good on the second, so he makes them both. Thunder trailing by 9. The pass to Burton. Gallinari, the bounce pass. And it's off the back rim, no good.
Well, that's a shot they want just about on every possession if they can get it. He doesn't make them all, but still very much a high percentage look.
Boucher kicks to Lowry. Those 3-pointers off the mark. The Thunder have gone a solid 6 of 11 when shooting here in the 3rd quarter. Pass to Burton. Got a piece of it. Boucher with the rebound. Boucher's got 6 rebounds in the game. Powell for 3. Connects from 3-point range. Powell's got 2 now from beyond the arc in the 3rd for Toronto. Lowry against Paul. And it's out of bounds. The Thunder able to retain possession. This is a look at the NBA's assist leaders over the last 10 games. Man, can these guys pass the ball? 4th, Kyle Lowry.
And those games have seen him dropping more dimes than you might have thought possible.
And so it's Oklahoma City with it. Down by 12.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power. Hammering down the 2-hand slam. Passes it to Muscala. Gallinari outside. The Thunder with another miss. Raptors leading by 14. Powell kicks to Lowry. Back to Powell. The shot's good on the assist by Lowry. Lowry's got 3 assists in the game.
Sweet to be a difference maker in the game, and he's been a great option for them on these possessions.
Powell with the steal. Ahead. And Lowry gets it to go. Lowry's got 13 points.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Time called here. The Thunder decide to talk it over.
And starting to send guys to the line way more than they need to. Let's get some good position defense going here. That should be the emphasis, and get away from the sloppy fouls.
Some changes for Toronto. Thomas comes in for Norman Powell, and it's Patrick McCaw in for Kyle Lowry. Knocked away. Here's McCaw. He's guarded by Schroeder. McCaw, the pass to Thomas. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. They'll be playing host to Miami for the next game. And that will be the middle game of this 3-game homestand. Pass to McCaw. Four on the shot clock. Tries it from the top of the key. No good on that one. And it's Oklahoma City the other way. To the paint. They could use a bucket. Here's Nader. And down it goes, jamming that one home.
That's what he gives you, a big-time presence on the glass.
And you know what, Greg? Once he gets his hands on it, he's not even thinking about kicking it out.
Oh, his competitiveness right now is why the teammates love him.
Here's McCaw. It's good. McCaw has got his second bucket of the night.
And after really leaning on that three-point shot in the first half, seeming like they're just getting away from it here in the second. More of the shots coming from the interior.
Schroeder passes to Muscala. The shot's good on the assist by Schroeder. Schroeder's got 4 assists now tonight.
Textbook pick and roll, great execution, and a slick pass from the German point guard.
McCaw kicks to Boucher. The pass to Thomas. Over Muscala. Thomas, no luck.
And he's trying to shoot his way out of it. You know, they have the lead, but honestly, I think it might help if he'd be a little bit more selective tonight.
Diallo, the pass to Schroeder. And it's out of bounds. Oklahoma City able to retain possession here. And Oklahoma City making a change here. Ferguson's checked in. Serge Ibaka, he's checked in for Toronto. Davis comes in for Rondé Hollis-Jefferson. .103 left to play in the third. 5 to shoot. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Davis. That'll be his second foul of the game. Schroeder finds Diallo. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Baisley. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
All the way to the bucket. No resistance. Just swipe the candy from him.
Here's McCaw. 5 points in the game. Over to the wing. Now here's Diallo. D right on him, and it's in there.
Oh, guys, that's an impressive spin move there. Didn't think he had a handle like that.
Here's McCaw. He averages a bit over 6 points a game. Ibaka in the post. He's guarded by Schroeder. Here's McCaw. They get it again. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. And so it's Toronto up by a dozen here at the end of the quarter. They've had active hands and have forced a lot of turnovers in this one. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And, you can always count on him for at least a couple of these pretty assists over the course of a game. And this one, a thing of beauty.
Sometimes it happens when the offense is struggling, but every now and then this helps with the offensive uptick right there. Great job of setting his teammate up.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. On the court for Toronto to start the fourth. McCaw is out there with Davis. Then it's Ibaka. Then it's Johnson. And it's Thomas in at the 3. On defense, the Thunder. A 12-point game. McCaw, the pass to Ibaka. Knocks it loose.
Well, overall, he has played basically flawless basketball, but that was a bad turnover.
Here's Schroeder. Pass to Diallo. And out of bounds as the Raptors gain possession. Siakam is checked in for Toronto. OG Anunoby comes in for Patrick McCaw. And so Siakam will bring it up for the Raptors. They led by as many as 18 points. Passes to Anunoby. A floater. He takes it up and lays it in. Anunoby's got the first basket as we get going in the fourth for the Raptors. Pass to Nader. Here's Baisley, defended by Ibaka. To Schroeder. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup.
Well, don't want to body him up. He's just too fast as Schroeder's able to get it done.
Davis looking for an opening. Siakam outside. From the baseline. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. Siakam's got 21.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
Hey, he's the guy that you want to go to right now, trying to put this one away.
Here's Nader, covered by Siakam, and stolen by Siakam. Adams, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. Gilgeous-Alexander comes in for Diallo. Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. Here's Davis. Outside for Thomas. This one for 3.
And thus far, they've managed to overcome an off game from him offensively.
Down low. Here's Nader. Howard down after the assist. Let him into the lane.
They've worked hard to get this lead. Can't start giving up easy slams all of a sudden.
Yeah, GA, that's right. And that was easy. Gift wrap for him.
So much talk about 48 minutes. The team with the lead letting its guard down now.
They swipe it. Fast break Toronto. Here's Thomas. Finished off the break. And the Raptors lead by 14.
Traditionally, that's how you want to finish the break, right at the rim.
Yeah, anything other than a layup in that situation, probably disappointing. Had numbers, took advantage.
Fourth quarter keeps moving right along. 3 minutes gone so far. Outside, Davis. Here's Anunoby for 3. Drills the three-pointer.
In perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Maybe trying to find a little bit more space and ball movement to get guys open at the three-point line.
And credit the screen for giving him the space he needed to get to the rim.
For sure, GA allows him to come in with the sledgehammer.
Yeah, why settle for the layup when you can attack the rim and rise up like that?
Here's Ibaka. Nader grabs the board. Nader's got 5 rebounds tonight. Now, Gilgeous-Alexander. There's the pass to Nader. Here's Schroeder. Drains it from beyond the arc. Schroeder's got 5 points in the quarter.
He can be just lethal from the perimeter. Even though he didn't get good looks in the first quarter, will that make right there? That could change things.
And Adams sends it back. Gilgeous-Alexander with it. Davis is on it. Gilgeous-Alexander kicks to Nader. Schroeder outside. And the rejection by Ibaka.
Well, his poor shooting is a big reason that they're staring at this deficit right now. He needs to get on track if they're going to find a way to win.
And the potential Anunoby has is exciting. Has the athleticism, the shooting touch, and the drive to keep improving.
First one falls for him. Gallinari, he's checked in for the Thunder. Paul comes in for Dennis Schroeder. And then for Toronto, Norman Powell comes in for Thomas. And it's Kyle Lowry in for Davis. He hits both from the stripe. Thunder trailing by 12. Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Gallinari. Jacks up a three. Toronto grabs the miss. Anunoby's got his 4th rebound in this one.
Yeah, the three-pointer has not been his weapon in this one. He had 1 in the first quarter and still 0 here in the second.
Here's Siakam. And Siakam throws it down.
That's the guy they're going to keep going to, as they should. The lead's only going up if they keep feeding him.
Passes it to Ferguson. Back to Paul. Lets the three fly. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
Beautiful right there. Good form, soft touch. Paul a consistent threat in all aspects of the game.
Lowry against Paul. Here's Siakam. Some solid defense from Gallinari. Oklahoma City has gone 2 of 3 in the 4th quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Such a long and versatile guard that possesses a very intriguing and exciting skill set. Gilgeous-Alexander, lots of room to grow.
Shooting 2.
That's good from Gilgeous-Alexander. Both good from the line that time. Toronto leading by 9. To the inside, Siakam. The shot's good on the assist by Lowry. Lowry's got 4 assists in the game. And Gilgeous-Alexander's got the ball here for Oklahoma City. Lowry against Paul. Here's Adams. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Serge Ibaka picks one up there.
Shooting 2.
And that one misses. And the second free throw, good. Toronto leading by 10. Siakam outside. And Adams sends it back. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Gilgeous-Alexander, such growth in his first year, continues to show he's learning this game.
Shoot 2.
That's good from Gilgeous-Alexander. He doesn't get the second one. Toronto leading by 9. Powell, the pass to Anunoby. Back to Powell. Toronto working the ball around now. Lowry against Paul. Just 5 to shoot. And there's the foul. It goes on Serge Ibaka. That's foul number 2 for him. The Thunder have gone 6 of 9 on their field goal attempts since the start of the fourth quarter. And Gallinari kicks to Ferguson. And the foul called on Pascal Siakam. That's foul number 2 for him.
And the next one puts him in the bonus.
Paul outside. Got a piece of it. It's stolen by Lowry.
You've got to do a better job of just taking care of the basketball. 4 points off of those turnovers.
Oh, and here comes Gilgeous-Alexander all alone.
You combine a lot of things with Gilgeous-Alexander. He's got speed and length and growing in terms of his basketball IQ.
Raptors leading by 7. Outside Lowry. Pass to Ibaka. Back to Lowry. 6 to shoot. And the pass to Ibaka. No good on the triple.
That is fantastic defense on one of the best three-point shooters in the league. Didn't give him an inch of room.
Powell against Paul. Here's the lob to Adams.
Oh, Kevin, get a load of that one. Take that play and put it in the alley-oop textbook, boys.
Perfectly done. You're right. He put it on a platter for him. Siakam looking around. Trying to end the drought. Some solid defense from Gallinari. Under trailing by 5. Some firepower from this offense tonight.
Yeah, they got a nice groove going right now offensively.
And that's 5. One more and he'll be disqualified. Got to be more careful.
Well, we're now on the back end of what has been, Greg, an incredible career for Chris Paul. Perhaps no longer the undisputed best point guard in the game, but still a top talent.
And Chris Paul might not be the best point guard, but any team would be happy to have him. His efficiency and playmaking aren't going away anytime soon. And even though he's never been an overly athletic player, that aspect of his game still is strong as ever.
Just such leadership that Chris Paul brings every night to the floor. It commands your respect and the opponent's respect, and it's making everyone around him better right now.
And here's Lowry. He'll bring it up for Toronto. They led by as many as 18 points. Ibaka right side. Over Adams. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. 7 points for Serge Ibaka.
Big stakes, big bucket. Ibaka showing he has the mettle to rise to the challenge.
It's stolen by Lowry. And oh, here we go. Lowry's got the fast break chance. Siakam passes to Anunoby.
Clearly a foul.
He misses the free throw. And that trip coming up empty, missing both. Thunder trailing by 5. Here's Ferguson. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Good on the baseline, Jay. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 9 points here in the second half. Siakam against Gallinari. And he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. Steven Adams picks one up. Throw good, Siakam. Siakam hits them both.
You might want to think twice before sending him to the line again. He gets locked in when the game gets close.
Lowry against Paul. That shot is in, just like 6 others have been for him. He's shooting 7 for 15.
And that is why Chris Paul has the ball in his hands. Delivered.
Lowry against Paul. Ibaka outside. There's the triple. The shot's good on the assist by Lowry. Lowry's got his 6th assist on the night.
I remember when big men shooting threes were as rare as a Sasquatch, and now those big guys are everywhere.
And the shot goes in.
Gilgeous-Alexander coming through big time.
1:39 left here in the 4th quarter. Lowry with the ball. He's picked up by Paul. Launches it. And again, Toronto with the triple.
No way he's going to pass that shot up. The D is way too far back and relaxed in getting out on him.
Floats one up, and again with the rebound. He hauls in his 20th rebound.
Dominating the glass.
Paul is doubled. 5 on the clock, and a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. And the Raptors with the ball. They can take their time on this possession.
It wouldn't be a bad idea. Just give themselves a little bit of a break.
Back to Lowry. Pass to Powell. Toronto needs to get off a shot. Siakam misses.
He loved to make him pay for giving up that wide open jumper, just unable to do so. Gilgeous-Alexander gonna celebrate that one.
And now we've got the intentional foul. First free throw is good, and that increases their lead to 6.
A 5-time All-Star. Lowry has come a long way since being drafted 24th overall back in 2006.
So he gets them both, and it's a 7-point game.
Yeah, the lead getting safer and safer as these free throws from the stripe go in.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. They're behind by 7. We've got 33 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, what do you think?
And you know what? They're not ready to give up yet. They'll try to intentionally foul if they can get a quick hoop.
A chance now to recognize our Jordan Player of the Game, Pascal Siakam.
And it's been a ridiculous performance in the best sense possible. I mean, everything about his game has been working. And no matter what they've thrown at him, he's had the answer.
He's really seemed to feed off the hostile environment he's been faced with tonight.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he cannot get the first one to drop. Tough one to miss. That's good, going 1 of 2 from the line, and that trims the lead to 6. 23 seconds left in the fourth quarter, and now they decide to foul intentionally.
Two shots. Max on the first.
He doesn't hit the first, and that was the one they really wanted. He's got one more, though. And he does get the second one, and that makes it a 7-point lead. Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. They're trailing by 7. 23 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Guys, what's your take?
Trying to keep hope alive, but I don't see them making a comeback.
Yeah, this is the classic too little, too late. The effort coming and not enough time for them to get back in it.
23 seconds left to play in the final quarter. From deep three-point range. But they get it back.
Yeah, maybe a little luck, maybe a little bit of heart. Both of those at play here. He's getting every offensive rebound.
Having a hand up in your face makes such a difference to a shooter.
Yeah, as good as you can do without getting a block there to defend.
And so it's Toronto winning this one. They seem to relish their role as the bad guy here tonight.
You know, Kevin, I sense that as well. I mean, they really did feed off all of that negative energy this crowd was directing at them. I mean, they turned it around and used it as motivation to close out a significant win.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Kyle, congrats on the win. What did you guys want to accomplish and get this win?
Everybody played. We all played together. You know, we stayed, aggressive and stayed the course of the game.
Thanks again, Kyle. Congrats on the win. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David. Great job. Thanks so much. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Brent Barry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. See you next time.